Good morning, students. In the last class, we were learning the lesson My Childhood Days, written by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. In this lesson, he was explaining the importance of doing exercise along with the curriculum. Now, let us continue the next portion. Take your textbook, page number 10. I will read the lesson. Open your textbook, page number 10. I am going to read the lesson. All of you look at your textbook. The reason for my dislike for gymnastics was my keen desire to serve as nurse to my father. As soon as the school closed, I would hurry home and begin serving him. Compulsory exercise came directly in the way of this service. I requested Mr. Jimmy to accept me from gymnastics so that I might be free to serve my father. But he would not listen to me. Now, it happened that one Saturday, when we did not have school in the morning, I had to go to school for gymnastics at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I had no watch, and the clouds deceived me. Before I reached the school, the boys had all left. The next day, Mr. Jimmy, examining the roll, found me marked absent. Being asked the reason for absence, I told him what had happened. He refused to believe me and ordered me to pay a fine of 1 or 2 annas. I was convicted of lying. That deeply pained me. How was I to prove my innocence? There was no way. I cried in deep anguish. I saw that a man of truth must also be a man of care. This was the first and last instance of my carelessness in school. I have a faint recollection from exercise was, of course, obtained as my father wrote himself to the headmaster saying that he wanted me at home after school. Now I will explain the lesson. The reason for my dislike for gymnastics was my keen desire to serve as nurse to my father. Gandhiji was fond of his father. Who was his father? His father was Karamchand Gandhi. While he was studying in 7th standard, his father was bedridden. He was not at all well. So Gandhiji was fond of him very much. So he wanted to look after him. So when the school closes or when the class is over, he used to run home to look after him. So that was the main reason he disliked to join the gymnastic classes. As soon as the school closed, I would hurry home and begin serving him. Compulsory exercise came directly in the way of this service. That time only the headmaster told all have to be present for the gymnastic classes. No one should skip the class. But Gandhiji he doesn't want to join them. He wanted to go home and look after his father. I requested Mr. Jim to exempt me from gymnastics so that I might be free to serve my father. Exempt. What is the meaning of that? Excuse. Exempt. Excuse. See, he loved his father. So when he came sick, Gandhiji wanted to look after him. So he went and asked headmaster, please excuse me. And he told the reason also, because my father is not well. I have to look after him. But the headmaster would not listen to him. Now it happened that one Saturday, when we did not have school in the morning, I had to go to school for gymnastics at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So one Saturday, the incident happened. What was that? That Saturday there was no school. So in the afternoon, all the students must come to the school and attend the gymnastic classes. I had no watch and the clouds deceived me. Before I reached the school, the boys had all left. What happened? Those days, Gandhiji was very poor. He was not at all rich. He had no watch to see the time and all. So in olden days, even the farmers look at the sky, and looking at the sun, they will know what is the time. So in the same way, Gandhiji also looked the clouds, what happened there, he was confused. Then when he reached there, all the boys left. That means the classes was over. The next day, Mr. Jimmy, examining the roll, found me marked absent. So, the next day, that means Monday, when the children came to the school, he came to the class and examined and who all were absent on Saturday. And he found that Gandhiji was absent on that day. Being asked the reason for absence, I told him what had happened. Headmaster asked him, why you did not attend the class? He told the reason. Because I had no watch. Because of the clouds, I was not able to find the time and I missed the class. When I came to the school, the class was over. He refused to believe me and ordered me to pay a fine of 1 or 2 annas. The reason I told to headmaster, he did not believe. He refused that. And he asked me to pay fine, 1 or 2 annas. Those days, annas were 1 anna means 12 pies. So 2 annas, 24 pies. I was convicted of lying. That deeply pained me. Convicted. Headmaster believed that Gandhiji was done something wrong, or he was telling lie. That deeply pained him. How was I to prove my innocence? There was no way. I cried in deep anguish. What's the meaning of anguish? Pain. He cried very badly. Whatever he told, the headmaster was not agreeing. I saw that a man of truth must also be a man of care. This was the first and last instance of my carelessness in school. Gandhiji understood that because of my carelessness, I missed the class and I had to convict of lying, and I was pained very badly and I was not able to prove my innocence. I have a faint recollection that I finally succeeded in getting the fine remitted. So Gandhiji, at last, he had paid the fine. The exemption from exercise was, of course, obtained as my father wrote himself to the headmaster saying that he wanted me at home after school. At last, he was excused because his father, Gandhiji's father, wrote the headmaster saying about the reason that Gandhiji's father was not keeping well. He has to look after me, so please excuse him from the gymnastic classes. Dear students, I hope now you understood the lesson. From this lesson, we have learned that doing exercise is very important along with the curriculum. So, dear students, do some exercise at home. Now, read the lesson 2 or 3 times. Learn the meanings and opposite, and try to do the exercises given page number 11 and 12, question number 1 and 2. Okay? Bye.